Yo there guys, and welcome to Sundays with Cobb. This past fortnight has been a really special one for the channel with the release of Cobrak 17, which has been amazing. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. I'm also going to be talking about how you can get involved with a future project as well. It's going to be really awesome, so hopefully we'll get a bunch of people in on it. Then we'll be moving on to the standard Q&A section before finishing up with the donators over the past fortnight. The clips playing in the background, by the way, are played with Morpheus, a Demonology Warlock YouTuber. It's a spec that I don't play and definitely don't cover in my own videos. So if you are interested in that, a link to his channel is in the description. But for now, we're going to get started. So of course, Cobrak 17 was released exactly 1 week ago today, and so far it has been an amazing launch. At the time I'm recording this, it's sitting on 49k views on YouTube and just over 420k on Warcraft movies. It's just madness, and everyone seems to be loving it. I must have spent over 70 hours gathering BG clips, cinematics, organising the collaborations. I had the songs I wanted to use planned out months in advance. The machinima clips was something new and something I wanted to try out for a long time, and I think they turned out really good. Also, working with Virtual Throne Gaming meant I was able to talk directly to Directdog, so I kind of knew the exact release date of Directdog 11, and that's when we both realised that the release dates of our videos could be easily synced up. But that is something I'm going to talk about more in what will probably be my next video. I'm going to be making a kind of extras video for Cob 17 where you can see some more of the behind the scenes stuff, some outtakes and all of that cool stuff. I might even show some unused clips as well as giving a commentary of the making of the whole thing, the ideas and the concepts, as well as shouting out all of the people who helped out with the video. It was a huge project and a lot more people than me deserve some recognition for it. Staying on the topic of future projects, I'm planning a new kind of dueling series that gets you guys involved directly. The idea is to have videos dueling against you, the subscribers. Then I talk over the duels. I'll be pointing things out that I do well, things that my opponents do well, and of course things that I get wrong and things that my opponents maybe could have done a bit better. I think it'll make for a really fun series of videos, as well as helping out of course with as many tips as I can give. So yeah, that's the plan. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you're really eager to get involved in this and appear in one of these dueling videos, just send me an inbox with your battle tag and a link to your armory. That's battle tag and an armory link to your character. I need to make sure I'm dueling as many different classes and skill ranges as possible. Also, you need to be on the EU realms. I'm slacking too hard on leveling a lock on the US realms just at the moment. Another video you might expect to see soonish will be a vlog. Me and Sophie might be moving into an apartment soon. It's much smaller than we are right now. It's going to be cheaper to run, it's going to suit us a lot more, and I'm really excited to move there. And it's going to be an awesome vlog, to show as much of that move as possible. Anyways, that's all for future projects. Pretty short and sweet, but a lot of exciting stuff to look forward to, I feel. And now for the questions from you guys sent out over the course of the fortnight. Morona asks, when you are recording in BGs, do you communicate with your teammates about it? For example, telling them not to help out if they see you in an X versus 1 situation. That's something that I used to do a lot when I first started making videos actually. I did mention in BG chat that I'd be recording for a montage in the battleground, and most of the time people would be cool with it, but it wasn't all that successful at stopping them from really interrupting the clips. Not many people check who it is they are charging in to help out in Battlegrounds. They just see a little undead Destrolock trying to kill 2 or 3 people at once and they gallivant in to help. Another issue is that sometimes a player will stand back and want to watch the clips being recorded from 50 yards or so away, and this is kind of okay, but it does mean that as soon as I get an ally player low on health, he just does everything in his power to run away, and you'd be amazed at how devastating that can be for clips. In the worst cases, I need to spend cooldowns chasing the fleeing ally because he's so desperate to escape, because he thinks a second horde is going to come in and farm a free killing blow off of him. Another issue that arises from the same situation is that a horde player who is watching me try and 2v1 will see me drop to 5 or 10% health and will just assume that I'm dead and will charge in then to help. And of course this is actually very counterproductive, as the best clips are the ones where I nearly die, but manage to pull things back and take a win. All of those little things, on top of the fact that my name is getting out there a bit more now, mean that it's actually better for me to keep a very low profile in Battlegrounds. When recording for 17, I would join, not say a word. I might quickly make a soul well before everyone else gets in, then I hide around a corner in the starting area. I hope that if I don't get spotted, then at least people won't try and follow me around. Hussam Mia, which I'm probably pronouncing very, very poorly, asks, when you're faced with multiple enemies, how do you decide if you can take them, or just get out of there before they can become overwhelming? It's down to a few things, and it's definitely not without its failures. So many times I do battle charge headfirst into a 3v1 thinking that I'm fine. Then I end up not popping in my defensive cooldowns because I don't want to waste them, or in other words, I quickly realise that there is no way in hell I can take down 2 Blood DKs and a Resto Druid. So the first thing I look at are the classes that I'm facing. Generally a Zeg, a class like a DK or a Hunter, can't be killed in anything more than a 2v1 unless they are severely undergeared. The same goes for Mage or Warlock, they have a ton of defensive cooldowns. And this isn't mentioning healers, so there are key classes that I won't try and kill if I have any more than one other player backing them up. Of course, in 1vx situations there is almost no point going in unless you have every defensive and offensive cooldown ready to pop. They already outnumber you, so there is no reason to mongoloid in against 2 Arms Warriors and a Feral Druid without Unending Resolve ready, for example. The next thing I check is the cooldowns of my opponents by using the add-on Vile cooldowns. I'm especially looking out for major defensive cooldowns like Ice Blocks from Mages or Shield Walls from Warriors, and this is because I want to land a kill very, very quickly. You are already outnumbered in these situations, so you need to even the odds fast. Now if you fail to do this and you're against a healer in this 2v1 or 3v1, it's already time to get the hell out of there. Meaning if you popped cooldowns like Dark Soul to try and take a kill and it didn't happen, you're definitely not going to make it happen without the cooldowns, especially against a healer. And the same thing kind of applies when not facing a healer in these 2v1 situations, but in this case for defensive cooldowns. If you're completely out of defensive cooldowns against an Ellie Shaman and a Windwalker Monk, you're not going to last very long, so don't stick around unless you could pretty much take a kill right then and there. Johnny D. Montano says, hello Cobb, hope you're well. Have you ever been bored enough with WoW to consider quitting, or does making videos keep you entertained enough that you don't consider it? I'll be honest, I'm going to be with WoW until the bitter end. That's not to say I won't be making videos on other games too in the future. Elder Scrolls Online looks incredible. I'm loving Dota 2 as well right now. But WoW is the ground rock of this channel. I wouldn't be known by thousands as Cobb without it, you know? So wherever the game goes, I will be following it, staying Destrospec every step of the way, of course. And with mention to the video making side of things, I do love making WoW montages, and I guess that is part of why I play all in all. But I also feel like video making can be applied to almost any game, which again is why I'm super pumped for the future. Zvonimir Korman asks, what do you think you would do if you never even started playing WoW? I know a couple of things for a fact. I wouldn't be on YouTube, and I wouldn't be with Sophie right now, which I guess also means I wouldn't have my own place either, as it's mine and Sophie's joint income that really makes it possible. I'd probably use my story writing pastime as a creative outlet, as I wouldn't have discovered video editing. I actually found I could make some money from doing this too, which saved me from a depressive state of unemployment. And if I hadn't had this channel and WoW to do that with, I'd either still be unemployed to this day, or have a job that I wasn't happy with and I just accepted because I was unemployed. And when me and Sophie met, it was actually on WoW that we really spoke the most. We'd own it up on the night. I'd boost her character up through the dungeons because of course she played Alliance when I first met her. So the Corra the Elemental Shaman was created on my realm. Then we'd see one another in college and have something to talk about, but how Sophie actually first heard of me was in Wrath of the Lich King when I was banned. I had a YouTube back then too, and it turned into a kind of weird news flash around the college that Cobb had been banned. Everyone seemed to know it was a little bit surreal, but if I hadn't been banned, it's likely me and Sophie would have never even spoken in the first place. Jack Me Mage asks, will it be a pain in the dick fighting rogues in 5.4 with the Kil'jaeden's Cunning mobility talent nerfed and with the new rogue damage buffs? I actually don't think so. I feel like we can beat rogues right now in 5.3 as long as we use the Succubus pet and use it well. Rogues having more damage in 5.4 will mean that if we make a mistake though, we are basically dead. But with a baseline Howl of Terror, we should be able to keep them off us for the most part. I'm pretty sure rogues are specking Burst of Speed in 5.4 by the way. That is unconfirmed of course, but it does counter anything that's trying to kite the rogue very hard. So even if we did have Kil'jaeden's Cunning, it probably wouldn't be much help. Kil'jaeden's Cunning's passive slow effect on the Warlock as well as crippling poison would mean that we really wouldn't be able to kite much anyway. And finally, Codename Shank asks, if you had to face yourself, how would you go about it? Could you go into a quick how to beat Cobrak video? You know your weaknesses and strengths. What would you do if Cobrak was facing you in arena? I'd say playing ultra offensive against me is best. I always have a plan, and if you can see it coming, you can destroy me, but that's pretty vague, so more specific things that really own Destro locks are page or spell steal spamming, paging dark intent, backdraft buffs and backlash buffs. Pretty much limit our damage to conflag, fell flame and immolate. Page spamming is awful to deal with as a destruction warlock. Another thing I'd recommend is playing with line of sight. Destro is one of the few specs in the game that doesn't just claim to be a caster, but actually has to cast things to deal good damage. And if you're by a pillar, you increase your chances of avoiding Chaos Bolt by a ton. But apart from that, be smart with your cooldowns. Don't pop major defensives unless I've used Dark Soul. If you can CC spam me when I do pop Dark Soul, definitely do it. Don't trinket offensively. Pretty much every cooldown should be used to avoid Chaos Bolt. As of the next patch though, kicking or interrupting immolates will be definitely worthwhile, as refreshing them using Fell Flame is no longer possible, so if you kick immolate, it's actually going to head our sustained damage a hell of a lot. Now I'm going to go through the donators over the past fortnight and the messages they attached to those donations. Kyle Beaver donates €5 saying, "Love the videos, you're my favourite WoW player to watch every day I get on to YouTube hoping for a new video. Keep up the awesome work, hope this very small donation helps in any way, shape or form." Trek donates €5 saying, "Yo Cobb, loving the content man, I've always known who you were, but it wasn't until very recently that I discovered your channel. I'm loving it so far, especially the 1vx in BGs. Much love, Trek." Devin Pinkney donates a huge €90 saying, "Hey Cobb, I've been watching for years now, you inspired me to play a warlock a few years back, and I've had the time of my life with it. I can tell you give 100% in all your videos, keep up the awesome work." Thomas Elizalde donates €15 saying, "Hey Cobb, I wanted you to know that you were a very big inspiration for me, even though I don't play Warlock or even very much World of Warcraft anymore. I still watch your videos because your dedication to the class, the game and your fans really shows with every word and ounce of effort you put into making your videos. I hope you like my donation and keep the videos coming." Tom Brundred comes back, this time with a stupidly high donation of €125. I could barely believe it when I saw this, and he says, "Cobb, there are only a few words to describe Cobrak 17. The gameplay was insane, the music was amazing, and the abundance of awesomeness was everywhere. Altogether it was incredible. You put your heart and soul into Cob 17, and I'm certain your fans and me loved every second of it. You deserve everything and more for the content you put in for us every week. I hope this donation helps you in getting to where you want to go, because I'm damn sure me and your fans will be behind you every step of the way. Never give up on the videos you put out, and we will never give up on you. Stay Destro mate and keep on going till the very end. Tom." I'll be honest, I feel bad for receiving so much money. That's an insane amount of money, dude, and I seriously cannot thank you enough for this. Matthew Turner donates €20 saying, "I love your vids, man. I rolled a Destro lock just because of them, and I really enjoy playing it." A massive thank you to all donators. Even the small donations are amazing contributions, they help out a ton. And any suggestions for improvement in the content that you guys put forward in your messages, I didn't mention in those notes, but they've definitely been taken into account. But I really want to stress though, never feel like you need to donate, even if you've been donating regularly. And this channel definitely isn't going to go anywhere. Donations are just if you guys really want to do it. Or perhaps you really want a note to be read out in a Sunday's video. But anyways, that's going to be all for now. If you're still here, thank you so much for tuning in this Sunday. I want to thank Andreas B for providing a chill soundtrack to back up the video. A link to his channel can be found in the video's description. I'm going to have to be off myself for some dinner, and I will catch all of you guys later.